Jon Jones took some more shots at Francis Ngannou today. Jon posted this to his Instagram. In the caption, he wrote, "Iconic photo of Francis asking me to borrow $20. Tony Ferguson and Nate Diaz were hanging out last night. Nate posted this to his Instagram story. He wrote, "At the fights with Tony and his boy," and he added Tony. Tony reposted it to his Instagram story. After his loss to Merab at UFC 298, Henry Cejudo announced that he will not be retiring. Henry posted a video to his YouTube channel calling out Brandon Moreno.
Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. If you guys know what I'm saying. Let's talk about Brandon for a minute. Obviously, he fought Brandon Royval this weekend. Man, he didn't look like the same Brandon. It's almost like my fight with Merab, we just didn't look the same. I think if there's one thing that me and Brandon Moreno have in common, is we both look like on this Saturday and the last one that just took place with myself. You know, Brandon Moreno he lost 2 out of the 3 rounds. I believe he won maybe 1, 2. And then it came down, and then I believe Brandon Royval, just based on volume, nothing crazy, he was able to win 3, 4, 5. I mean, if you guys think about it, Brandon Moreno has fought Brandon Royval already 2 times. He's already fought Alexander Pantoja already, I want to say 4 times. I know Brandon was saying, you know, when Pantoja was at the fights, he was doing 0-5. So I want to say he's already counting whether Brandon wins or not. Like he's already says, hey, he's already going to somewhat beat him. He's already defeated him. So make it 5. So 4 fights with Pantoja, 2 fights with Brandon Royval. Yeah, it was a split decision. I mean, what's next for this dude? What's next for Brandon Moreno? I mean, what does he do? I mean, he was a #1 contender. I put myself in his position because we can relate, we can correlate quite a bit. I lost to the champ in split decision. He lost to Pantoja, and then he ended up losing split decision. I lost split decision to Aljamain for the belt, and then obviously you guys saw what happened on Saturday. I ended up getting dominated. I won one out of the 3 rounds. I mean, we're both in a position where, what's next? What's next for both of us?
Daniel Cormier thinks that Khamzat Chimaev needs to beat another championship-level fighter before getting the title shot himself. DC says that although it was impressive that Khamzat beat Kamaru Usman, at the end of the day, Kamaru is a welterweight.
It seems like Dricus du Plessis right now is dealing with the injuries from the last fight, and he's going to need some time to recover. I want to see Adesanya fight. I want to see Chimaev fight, and I want to see Chimaev against a guy, another world champion level guy, to see if he should be the next guy against Dricus du Plessis. Because look, beating Kamaru Usman is very impressive. But Kamaru Usman's a 70-pounder, right? That's the fight that we should have saw at 170. And honestly, the visuals after the fight, it didn't seem like if this was a 5-round fight, it was going Chimaev's way.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, Chimaev's someone who he came on the scene so fast in 2020 where, you remember, he fought like 3 times in 2 months or something to that effect. But then he really slowed down, and he fought, Gilbert Burns, who is a very highly ranked guy, but that was at 170. He fought Kevin Holland. I don't know what weight that is, but, Holland's been at 70, 85. Usman's a 70-pounder. So Chimaev, as good as he probably is, we haven't seen him fight any of these very, very best 185. So I am all in on him fighting Ilia Topuria and then giving him the title shot. I think that would be great. Feels like he was going to get a title shot like 2 years ago, and he's still kind of like
it was so fast.
They actually got him ranked 11, which is totally...
Wait, what? At middleweight?
Middleweight. They have him at 11.
No, you're looking at some bad rankings, though.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at UFC.com/rankings. This is correct because, say, Machado Gary just moved up 4 spots, right? So this is literally brand new. They have Chimaev at 11, which is crazy.
That's a crazy number for him.
But when you look, he hasn't beat Strickland or Adesanya or Whitaker, Cannonier, Vittori, Brendan Allen, Paul Coast. He hasn't beat any of these dudes. So he's got to beat some guys at this weight class.
But doesn't it feel like now finally the divisions are moving? I was telling somebody this the other day. I said, MMA always resets itself, right? Like every few years there's a reset.
At UFC Mexico, during Bruce Buffer's intro, it appeared that Brian Ortega rolled his ankle. At the post-fight press conference, Brian admits that he was panicking.
Brian, can you talk to me about the mental struggle that must take place when you're ready to fight, you're about to start, and then suddenly your ankle goes boom. Like, I can only imagine the level of panic and stress that goes through you right then.
Talk about like things stacked against me. Bruce was introducing me, and then I jumped up, and when I landed, I rolled my ankle, and I was like, oh shoot. And I looked at my coach, and I was like, bro, this is bad. And he's like, don't you effing worry about this. You know, he was just telling me like, get in the zone, doesn't matter. And when they were introducing him, I was trying to like flex my ankle, like, come on, bro, work. Don't you dare fail me right now. Like, we got 5 rounds, it's not even a regular co-main event. So I'd be lying if I said panic didn't set in for a bit. And then obviously I started just off. Right off the bat, I started off and I got clipped. And then I paid the price for not being in the zone and focused on what I was supposed to do. And I survived it. Second, like, I think near the end, I don't even really remember, but I think I ended up somehow taking him down at the end of that first. And then we walked back and adrenaline kicked in. And I was like, all right, there we go.
It's funny, actually. I think at the end of the first round, he even kicked you in the ankle to sort of like knock you over. Was it hurting you, or was it more the stress of, oh my God?
Both. Yeah, both. It was hurting, and obviously when you're paying attention to it, it's hard to really focus on the fight. And I'm like, dude, this is what happened right now. Like, what an idiot. You roll your ankle right now in front of 22,000 people when you have a war with this tough guy in Mexico, and everyone's going for him. Like, come on, bro. So I had to fight some demons in there.
Ilia Topuria called out Islam Makhachev today. Many fans believe that Ilia is responding to a fake quote going around. This was going around X. It says another short guy is talking. Another short guy wants to be smashed. So that quote isn't real. However, Ilia fired back by posting this to his Instagram story. It's the video of Islam getting knocked out by Adriano Martins back in 2015. The message translates to "the boy is cutting you off." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one says, Jon Jones playing the high horse is hilarious. The second one's from Stitch438. Says, people like Bejeda because he's normal. He jokes around with those around him, does his job, doesn't try to be something he isn't, and he's humble. Kind of difficult to not like someone like that. And the final one's from Indigo Perp. Says, no way Jon used the word fat shaming. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.